due to some type of pedophilia or some type of molestation. A lot of them, certain things have been imposed on them as children.
Yes.
Damaged. And now in society, now they're trying to fight to get that out. And society is telling them, no, accept it, embrace it. That's you. They deal with this struggle, and that's why there's so many homosexuals killing themselves.
Yes. You know what? I was saying to this guy, listen.
That's why that's why I wanted to add just a little bit to where I think the main thing that when they impose homosexuality into a community, emotions, or not emotions, but judgments, and emotions, a lot of stuff get cut short because communication stops, and instead of, you know how the Bible says you're supposed to put a homosexual to death, so they unleash these spirits as long as that person is living, because now, you know, children look at it as a certain way. They can't figure out what's going on. And then you got adults who've never seen it before and afraid to communicate to that person. It's the wrong way to operate. So I think one thing that where it does affect the community is communications, because people don't know how to take care of the issue, or people don't know how to take care of the problem. So it's more like it's a takedown on how to communicate with a neighbor, should I say? You know what I'm saying?
See, but it's kind of tough because based on the campaigning that's established within that type of community, like we have to reach out to brothers and sisters and let them know that what they are and their choices they're making, they're being used as a weapon to destroy themselves. They don't see that part of it. They don't see the part that if everyone decided to deal with themselves, if a man decided to stay with a man and a woman decided to stay with a woman, that would actually depopulate and cut off the creation and how great the Most High made us. There's no homosexual in this earth came to this earth that's living right now that didn't come through a male and female intercourse. So what are they going to say? The way they came was incorrect? So I don't think publicly that there's a dissenting voice against what's going on, and that was meticulous through the 501c3s, in which now churches cannot actually talk to these children that are choosing these lifestyles based on the fact that they are now turned to minors. And if you against them, it's a hate act. It ain't a help or love act. Telling them.
That's exactly what I mean. That's exactly what I mean, where it say, like, you know, they cut off communication instead of, like, you know, you need to exile that person. They need to go furthest away from the community because of what happens to when it begins to break down, you know, families and friends. Go ahead.
I don't think it should be an exile. I don't think it should be a thing where they're told they're less than anybody else, and the Bible says that, as we shouldn't do that for any sin. I think that churches, regardless of their agreement with government, need to speak to truth. And I think the silence of the church and the silence of people who know better according to scriptures is more to attribute to this than because their campaign within the media is relentless. They're not going to stop their campaign. But it was at one time that there was a dissenting voice based on spiritual morality. And you don't hear that no more. You don't even hear Muslims telling you that homosexuality is wrong. You don't hear Christians saying it outright all together in a unified voice that homosexuality is wrong. So therefore, these people don't have an opportunity to feel any level of remorse so that they can actually confess their fault and be healed. So
can I add something to that?
But in the meantime, you have to keep them away from children. You have to keep these guys away from children. You got to go check and make sure your children are not, if there's a homosexual principal, you got to get your child out of their school. If there's homosexual teachers, they can, listen, you should not have a homosexual authority over your children no more than you would let them come to your house and babysit your children. And that's just the reality of it. You got the power to keep these people away from your children. Go ahead. What you were saying? What you were saying, John?
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me? The signal keeps to be going in and out of it here. Yeah,
I got you. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, what I was saying is that, you know, when I was at the hospital talking to this brother, that's what I was saying to him. I was saying, listen, brother, there's help. You can get help. You don't need to kill yourself. And this was a conversation that the nurses picked up on what I was saying. And I said, listen, you can put down what you're doing and come to the Most High. He will forgive you, so to speak, saying, you can put down homosexuality. Now, here the crazy part now. This guy never said to me that he was happy with what he was doing. Are you there?
Yes.
Yeah, this guy never, normally you don't go, no, well, I don't see anything wrong with me, or nothing like that. This guy never said that. This guy was like, okay, let me hear what you have to say.
Okay.
Now, the nurses came down on me saying that you shouldn't be talking to the patient because of whatsoever the reason might be, and all of that. No, it's like you said, you can see that agenda they're pushing where they're not looking for nobody to change nothing. You understand me?
Yeah.
They're not looking to tell nobody that listen, what you're doing is wrong, or what you're doing is out. And part of the thing that I say again now when it comes to the spiritual morality, and you said that the Christians not saying nothing, is that a lot of these Christians don't read the Bible. You understand me? And someone said that to me the other day, what's the cure for Christianity? Get them to open the book. You understand me? And it will cure Christianity. You will not hear about no more Christianity if these Christian people actually open up the book. You understand me? That it's like they've been told that the Bible been written in some ancient time, and a lot of the things don't apply to modern times. You understand me?
Yeah.
So nowadays, everything goes. You understand me? And that's the doctrine that they come with. Like when I talk to this gay pastor, right? And I don't want to say too much without him being here, but this is how these guys come across. It's like the Bible is metaphoric. It don't apply to now, and all that's done away with. You understand me? So when you have the so-called authority coming like that, right? Coming in like that, not teaching nothing. You have a society that's definitely gonna be out of course. You understand me? As I say, you can see that agenda, and I repeat, I see it more even in my little part of the woods in Jamaica where I was down there for a year, and you see it, man. All the girls them gone into this lesbian thing, and all the young men them coming up now in this tight pants fashion with the behind hanging out. You understand me? And it's like it's crazy how they're pushing it out. Listen, anybody here who listening, just type in a Jamaican dance or a Jamaican video and just look how these guys dressing, look how they're dancing, look how they're moving. You understand me? And that's a feminine spirit on them. You understand? And listen, it's crazy, man. It's mad.
And this is calculating. This was a plan.
Yeah.
So many questions on. Do the Most High care about us? Look at the state of our people. Look at what's going on in the earth right now. How is it that we have that the world has turned so ugly and there's the Most High? Well, what I want to say is that I don't think our people, being the children of Israel, know our impact on what happens to the earth. The more they target us to destroy us and demoralize us and separate us, the worse the earth becomes. We are God's people. We are the salt of the earth. So what they have done it as much as they could to demoralize. They have targeted our people. They have targeted us through demoralization, eugenics, homosexuality. They done made up that garbage HIV. There's no such thing as AIDS. They've done this so that they can scare us into getting the drug AZT, which breaks us down, and then everybody look and say, yeah, that's what AIDS look like. I mean, I'm going to tell you, they have targeted, they had a plan all along to turn our whole nation into sodomites. So the Most High is calling us back. He's saying if we can turn back and we turn back towards the Most High, that he would actually move his wrath off of us and help us in this time of trouble. So that's why they in Jamaica saying, well, if you don't accept homosexuality, we're going to cut off your funding. They know that, believe me, if they can get us to turn into that lifestyle, I mean, that's part of our self-destruction. Yeah. It's not about being tolerant. And the brothers and sisters out there that are struggling with this lifestyle, they got to understand how their struggle is being used as a tool and weapon against them and against all of society. And that when a society gets to a certain point, the Most High destroy it altogether. No coming against them personal with their personal struggle or hate them because they chose this type of lifestyle. A lot of them come from broken situations in which they had to do certain things just to survive. And through that, a demon took hold of them. And now they got to struggle not only with what they dealt with as children, but the demon that have taken hold of them, making them believe a sinful act is correct. And now society is taking that football and playing with it. Now they're using that as a proxy, say, okay, well, I'm going to use this lifestyle as a weapon and target civilization with it. And I'm going to make these people a group, a minority group. Therefore, they'll defend their lifestyle instead of understanding something is wrong with them. And when they do struggle with that and believe that homosexuality is incorrect, we're going to give them a psychiatrist that will prescribe psychotropes to them to the point where they'll take Prozac or some other drug and either they'll just become docile altogether or have suicidal thoughts and kill themselves. The society we're in, and we don't talk about it. All this stuff about gays against people and all these, it's just left, right, Democrat, Republic. It's just divide and conquer. We have to stop looking at these people as homosexuals and say, listen, or thieves or whatever struggles we may be dealing with and say, you know what? These are the children of Israel. These are our people. These are the Most High's anointed. In the same way we can turn people to find out they're Israel and understand the truth, we can show them in a loving way, the truth about themselves. That there is power in being a man and just being a man and not desiring another man. There's something wrong with that. There is empowerment in being a woman in all your femininity without desiring another woman. And that you're weaker when you choose those particular lifestyles. You're not strong. You understand? So I think that's part of it. And the other part is us speaking the truth. This is what the Most High say. Whether you believe it or not, whether you think the Bible is tampered with it or not, this is what the Most High say. Now, you can tell me that in front of my face right now that you may not believe, but in your heart, you know that there's something out there. And if you want to ignore it right now, maybe one day this will kick in, that the Most High loves you and he made you a certain way. And we waste our purpose when we're used as footballs in these satanic pedophiles ball game. We have to understand that they use these divide and conquer things. Take the man out, empower the woman, turn the children homosexual. It's all part of the eugenics program. It's total self-destruction. and we buy into it.